Hey, all right. I think we might be working. It is 8:38. It's May 30th. It's not 6:30, so you'll see the 6:30 Club icon. Um, but it is 8:38, and I've been in since about 10 to 6, updating the charts. Thank goodness I was here yesterday because that gave me a little bit of a head start. And at this point, yeah, Tesla's above the 200 day. Isn't that nice? Isn't nice? Anyway, let's get to it. Let me say hello to some of my dogs around the world. Hope everyone had a great Memorial Day weekend. In the Northeast, it was beautiful. The weather was awesome. Went to Long Branch for 2 days, hung out with some family and friends. Then went to Philly, got to see the unbelievable lacrosse. Any of you guys watch lacrosse? Holy cow. Friggin' Penn State versus Duke and Notre Dame versus Virginia, and then the finals yesterday. And my son's national team, 2027, won it all. So it's a good weekend. And then you come in today with multiple longs because we use technical analysis versus looking for tops or looking for recessions or looking for reasons to be the smartest in the room, which we're not. I just like good setups. I like to use my moving averages. I like to work on my process. And you continue to do that, you could actually make money. And listen, it's not always times when you get in follow through like this, but it's kind of nice when it happens. So cheers to the green drink. I've already had my ginger shot. And all in all, it's been a heck of a move. I showed you guys what I was in, from the Alpha team. The Alpha team is right here hanging out, okay? You get to see my positions. I've already trimmed a bunch. Apple's up $2. I trimmed some of that. AI is up 14%. Trimmed some of that. We bought calls last week. You see the AI calls right here, $30 calls. I bought them on Thursday. Anyway, it's good when things work. And listen, it wasn't like it's been all sunshines and rainbows, for the last year and a half. But for the past, few months, tech has really proven its leadership. And by the way, the Tesla, the 192.50s that I bought on Thursday, stock's above 200. Plus, we had the 180s that I don't know why it hasn't been taken off the Alpha team yet. Besides the NVIDIA call spread, I also bought those on Thursday just in case Uncle Carl came out with something which he didn't. But anyway, hey, Red Storm. Let's see, that's my boy, Red Storm. I like anyone that has red in their name. No, I'm kidding. Except for your P&L, right? Red Storm. By the way, he races horses up in Saratoga. My man. See, it's kind of cool that we could talk all day long with the Alpha team, everybody on. With you guys, I can only do it for 15 minutes. But anyway, let me move this over. Let's do some charts. Bottom line is if you don't come in with 5, 6, 7 longs like we have here on the Alpha team, today's going to be a hard day to position in new positions, in my humble opinion. You had your chance. This is when the Qs cleared the downtrend. This is when it cleared the 323, 324. Here is your NVIDIA gap up that held. That was your day to re-put positions back on Thursday. Okay, when NVIDIA gapped up and held and everything else was kind of strong, that was your time. Okay, not today, in my humble opinion. And then on Friday, it took out 341 to 349. And now the Qs are opening right now at 353. Wow. But look where the 8 day is. What I might do, everyone's like, Red Dog, you have no shorts on. What's the matter with you? You have no hedges. I'm like, well, sometimes I like to be directional. And then when we do get extended, I sell some premium as a hedge. So what I might do is I might sell some 350, 750s for Friday. Just the way to, yes, I'm selling naked calls on the Qs. I haven't done it. I did it once so far in the past month. I did it actually right in here, and it worked out really well. So I figure, hey, I'm going to try and stay with some positions. And you know what? I could sell the 350, 750s, and we could get there. If we get there, it's fine by Friday, and then pull back. I could still have room between here and there and, the time. But anyway, tough day to be buying things this extended. SPYs also, if you look at the SPYs, SPYs, in my humble opinion, could get to 430-ish. So we're at 420.70. By the way, the time to have been long or to buy long was into this pullback. On Thursday, we bought the 416 calls. Yes, we did. Right here, 416 calls for today, just in case there was a debt ceiling potential, whatever they want to call this, kick the can somewhere. But anyway, that was a nice trade. I bought that on Thursday before the move on Friday because I was going to the beach on Friday and I didn't want to miss it. So it's good when it works out. Listen, I've done it a bunch of times where it hasn't worked out, but It's nice when it does. Anyway, um, I understand other sectors have not participated. So if you've been shorting the Qs because the XLE is not acting well, you're not doing so great. Do I think the XLE could actually play a little catch up? If the SPYs or the move wants to broaden out and the tech wants to take a little bit of a pause, hey, maybe the XLE that was a 2022 story gets a little better. But I'm not really interested. XLF, I'm not really interested either, except for it's good when it's not a headwind. It's good when it, when it could hold in there and move up a little bit. 2 weeks ago I was on with my friend Liz Clayman. We talked about tech, about how tech could be a place to continue to to have swing longs in. What was my favorite swing long at that time? That was Google. Where was that? That was down here. Now look at Google, ready to clear a nice little bull flag, and I'm still long Google. Even Amazon. How many times on the 630 Club did I say it can get to 120? Look at that. It got to 120, 150. It wasn't a guess. I was using the weekly chart saying, hey, maybe Amazon plays some catch up and gets into these moving averages. It's got to clear 109 and 114, and it did. A lot of people made good money there. I do not have it long today. Can't be in everything. What am I in? I'm in Apple. I'm in Apple options also. This is the weekly chart of Apple. Look how awesome this weekly chart moves or looks. Right in the 8-day higher. If it holds 170 at 176.39, it's above it. If it stays above it, this thing might be an all-time high soon. Obviously, everybody loves their iPhone. You don't hear anything about competition anymore. No Samsung, no this, no that. Your iPhone's your life. It's your credit card. It's your. I have like a 70-inch screen TV at home, and I'm sitting in bed watching my show like this. I'm an idiot. But anyway, with that being said, it has been a barn burner, but it's been acting well. We got back in on Thursday. I bought the 175 calls for this week. I'll trim and trail that. What's it called? Tesla. Yes, Tesla's playing catch up for the first time in a while. Tesla actually has been special. What do I mean by special? Well, it means that you could buy it, you could add through a pivot point, and then you could sell some and buy a dip and continue to get rewarded. Okay, when did that start? Right here. Started the day that I think Elon had that interview, right here when it took back 169.76, right? Gave you a 4-day move into resistance. Remember, I'm like, hey, I think short term we could pause here, but longer term we could break above it. Well, that was a nice pause. So if you trimmed into day 5 higher, you were able to buy it back. That's why I bought back calls, 2 sets of them. And now if it could stay above 198.60 and stay above this 200-day moving average, there's a chance that at some point this week, it could see 214 to 217. We'll see. Debt ceiling deal reached, implications for Fed and Wall Street. That's what they're talking about. Someone's like, why did the SPYs pull in 40 cents? Okay. Anyway, we'll see how it goes today. They could sell the news today. Or I know a lot of people are just foaming at the mouth to short some tech because tech is extended, and I get it. Sometimes I'm like, you can't initiate a new long here. But when I say it doesn't mean it's an easy short, it means, hey, Meta's up 5. It could be up 8 today before it goes red, if it's going to go red. So just be careful blindly shorting things. Wait for a signal. But anyway, I do think this can get to 214 to 217. So many things have hit targets. Remember the Meta target of, I think it was 250 to 255? Well, it's well through that. But again, look at the weekly chart. I have so much things to learn, right? Here's when you should have sold it. Here was a confirmation sell below the 8-day this entire time. You didn't need to catch a bottom here. Right there was your buy, 124, and then a lot of setups along the way. If you look for setups instead of looking for recessions and looking for tops, which is what all the people who think they're so smart on TV try and do. Anyway, AI, wow. AI, I've approached it twice. First time I approached AI was right here at 14-ish. I'm like, the whole world's talking about AI. What has AI in it? And I'm like, oh, AI is this. That's what the ticker is. I'm like, I'm sure people will just search it and buy it. And then I learned a little bit more about it. Played it into here, sold a little early. This move, we sunk our teeth into, and then Hindenburg came out with whatever bullshit report that came out, and I got stopped out of the rest here. Didn't really come back at it until right in here. I missed the first part of it when they confirmed their earnings, their guidance, and the CEO refuted everything that Hindenburg said. And look at this move, above the 8-day the entire time. Now it's above 34.68. On Thursday, I bought the $30 calls for $1.50. It's probably $8 today, and they're not even an earnings play. Anyway, it's good when that happens. It hasn't been happening that much, but it's good when it happens, and today's one of those days. So anyway, the Red Dog was like, how could you stay with this stock? Look how extended it is. I'm like, maybe there it's a tiny bit extended, but look at the weekly. The weekly has done nothing. It's like some people think it's a cup and handle. I don't think it's that, but gets above 34.68, stays above. Why can't it have room to 52-ish? The stock was 133 and 176, and then here's 90. So sometimes you catch an active sequence early and you learn how it trades and you learn the feel and you trade your tier system. It can make your year. It can make your trading career. Sometimes you find a stock that stay. Anyone who's been trading Apple for multiple years, or even NVIDIA, NVIDIA has built wealth, and it's also helped a lot of active traders because we've been using NVIDIA as a leading indicator for a long time now, to the downside and the upside. NVIDIA, we had a big call spread on. By the way, look at this. Holy cow. Through 318, through 346. But look at this. This is when it was a sell signal, right? It was pretty much from March of 2022 all the way to probably right around February of this year. It gave you reasons to be out of tech, and then right here showed you that, what, risk is back on. Boom. And then anyway, you go to the daily chart, which you can see the earnings gap. I took a call spread into earnings because I don't take stock into earnings because anything could always happen. It was 1.5 to make 8.5, which was nice. Anyway, I was out on Friday, so I did not buy NVIDIA calls for continuation. I didn't even know that they had a conference on Sunday, but AI will be just fine for me. Some guys said, hey, Red Dog, I'm going to use your post-earnings strategy here in NVIDIA. I don't care what people say about valuation, about this, about that. I am buying verse 366. If you did that, you're coming in today and NVIDIA's at 407. If you said, hey, I don't want to do that, I want to wait for an intraday trade for it to take out 394.80, well, it's not going to happen because it's well above that. I can't get that trade either. Sometimes it's set up. Sometimes you have to take a little risk overnight. It all depends on your experience and your risk tolerance. This is, by the way, green drink. You guys remember, those who have been part of my community for a long time, I used to have 3 egg whites and American cheese on a scooped out salt bagel back when I was a triathlete, biking, I don't even know, a few hundreds of miles a week and running miles, but I had back surgery in 2016, so I had to reduce one set of calories. So I went from a 600 calorie egg sandwich to, I think this is like 40 calories. And I like it. It took a little to get used to, get an egg sandwich to this, but now I could have a better lunch and dinner and not be a fat guy at the pool. So this is good for you. Except for the day it was like a bad one, and I felt like I had to chug it up. Anyway, small changes. Listen, it's only May 30th. If you're a fat guy at the beach, you know what? You still have a month before July 4th. What I do is when I'm a little bit at the upper end of my range, my diet is no French fries and no bread unless it's on a sandwich, and no chips. Cut out chips, cut out bread unless it's a sandwich, and you cut out beer and just drink a little bit of wine, or not even wine, tequila or vodka. Do that for a month, and I think you could shed 12, 15 pounds. Anyway, shop's a pain in the butt. I had it on last week, and shop didn't work out really well for me. Looked like it was going to go, and then looked like it was going to fail, and now it's right back here. I guess some people are long verse 57, not me. But it's still fine. It still looks like it could take its time. AMD, I would not be buying AMD today. Wow. I came up with a buy strategy around 91.60. It's been above the 8-day since. We don't short stock above the 8-day. Remember that? That's a strong stock. But today's not your day to buy AMD. If anything, it might be a fade, but you have to be carefully. Maybe it goes from an open up from green to red. We'll see. Watching the video for that. You got 2 weeks. Oh, 2 weeks? No. It's May 30th. July 4th is in a month. How do you, what kind of math is that, right? I'm not wrong, right? July 4th is in 4 weeks.
About that, yeah.
Yeah, about that. What up? Ask. Anyway, listen, it's 8:52. We're going to see now if the SPYs have what it takes over the course of the next week or two to get back to 431. If you look at the weekly chart, it just poked. It hasn't really even poked its head above this spot, and everyone's calling a top again. Everyone's been calling top for a long time, but anyway, it's getting above this spot. You have 427 to 431. That could be the next area. That's your next area of interest. Last time we had that summer rally into August, knocked the teeth out of shorts, and then you had a red dog reversal, confirmed it, and then boom, new lows. So I'm not saying any of that all is going to happen. All I'm saying is they broke the downtrend here, and then put in a nice consolidation. So it could see 427 to 431, if the market wants it. So just don't fight it, embrace it. You can't really embrace it today. You had to embrace it last week. Okay. Again, a lot of these stocks are on day 3, day 4 higher. Like this looks like it could see 431, but the Qs, again, you should have been a buyer in the hole, taking options just in case NVIDIA was a blowout, or once NVIDIA happened, you saw that this gap held, this 336. You could have been a buyer on Friday when it took out 341, right? In order to get to 349, I had to take out 341 after holding the gap, which showed power, and now the Qs are 353. Not your time to buy. Can you fade them? Maybe. I'm probably not going to short the Qs. I'm going to short some premium higher for Friday to have on as a hedge. And if we go higher, I'll short more premium higher, but I'll do it carefully. I'm a professional. I could lose money as a professional, but I think that's a decent. It's a Tuesday. Yes, but in 4 weeks from now, we're talking about being fat daddy at the beach. We have a month to not be fat daddy at the beach. I was just giving me my diet. Anyway, with that said, good luck, guys. Hopefully you had a great 2.5, 3 weeks. There's been a lot to do, lots of nice setups, and we'll see how today, pans out a little bit. Again, hard to chase today after the move we just had from Friday into this open. So be patient and keep working on your process, because you don't need to be perfect to make progress in your process. Hey, look at that, a lot of P's. Anyway, have a good day, guys.